I'm going to spend the entire day writing today. I am so happy to be back at writing. It's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 days since I last wrote. And I know you might be thinking, didn't you just move? Why are you in your old house? Long story short, I both have an apartment and still have my home. And so I have to do a little bit of back and forth before I am fully moved into my new apartment. I am technically living in my new apartment. As you can see, my furniture is still here. That's part of what I was doing today, was getting everything ready to move. I will be going back to my apartment shortly. So I have been super busy preparing everything for the move, like packing and stuff like that. And now I am taking the day off to write. And I am so happy to be writing all day long today. I'm giving myself a little break from the stressful packing situation. I really want to get back into writing. It has been a struggle trying to find time to write, especially with the moving and the going back and forth between here and my apartment and all the stuff that needs to happen when you move. And it's not even just the time, it's the mental capacity as well. I have been so emotionally and mentally drained, and physically, just from all the packing and thinking of everything I have to do and the little frustrations that occur every once in a while when you're dealing with things. And I just haven't really had a lot of energy to write, because writing takes a lot of energy. It really does. And when you don't have the energy, it's hard to get your brain going and to be motivated to write. For those that are new here, hi, my name is Stephanie, and I am in the process of writing my very first novel, and I am currently on the first draft, and I am sitting at about 66,000 words, which means I'm 2/3 of the way done writing my first draft. I have to say I'm really excited about where it's going. I feel like I've finally, with the exception of not being able to write because of moving, I've kind of finally found my groove as a writer. I'm having a really great time writing. I really enjoy it. I've got a routine going, and my writing is improving every day. So I'm really happy with the direction that things are going. Today is going to be kind of getting myself into the groove. I do have some more things to deal with the moving situation, but I do think they'll be wrapped up in the next few weeks, and things are starting to slow down. Like, I'm completing a lot of the tasks. So my goal today is to kind of get back into that mentality of full-time writer and full-time content creator. Today, I'm just going to start writing. I remember I left off at in the middle of a scene, but like something was about to happen, and I stopped writing right before that something was about to happen. So that will give me a lot of stuff to write today. I have this big action sequence in my head that is pretty much probably going to take most of the day to write. So I'm really excited to have a direction for today and kind of know what I'm going to do, and I won't really be super stuck, I hope. I'm also going to film another YouTube video today. I have an idea for another video. I will take some time to record that. It's just going to be a sit down video. It's not really going to be a vlog, but I will record that today as well, because like I said, today is my break day. Today is my day to work on writing and work on YouTube. So that way I can free up my time for kind of the rest of the week, so I can work on moving, go back to my apartment. I am flying instead of driving this time. I am flying. My plan is to edit videos for the rest of the week and continue writing. And we'll see how today goes. I'm really excited. I'm going to take you along this entire day. We're going to try and incorporate some fun things, because just sitting all day writing does get boring, and physically, I think it's important to move around and do different things with your mind. It's currently the morning. It's around 9:30. I already ate breakfast, got up, got ready, all that stuff. I'm going to write for about an hour and a half. That will put me at about 11 o'clock. And then I think that will be a good time to break, to do some things around the house, make lunch, do whatever needs to be done so I can get back into writing. So without further ado, let's begin writing my first draft. Let's do a little post-lunch check-in. It's actually close to 2:30. After writing, I had lunch and then I recorded a YouTube video that you will see after this one or before this one, maybe after. And now I'm ready to get back into writing. My writing this morning didn't go quite as planned, but it's fine. That's how writing is sometimes. I wrote, let me look at my word counts. So this morning I wrote 607 words, and that was in an hour and a half. And that's not fantastic, but the reason that was is because I had to erase a lot of what I wrote because I was writing something and it was happening the way I wanted it to happen. But as I was writing, I could see where this was going in the future, and I didn't want it to go there in the future. So I had to kind of think, how do I change trajectories a little bit? And so I erased some stuff and kind of rechanged what was happening in the scene. So my word count, I did write more words, they just happened to be deleted. Also, I spent some time, because it's an action sequence, I don't know about any other authors out there, but I try to physically, when I describe things, I try to physically do it. Like if this person's grabbing for something or they're twisting a certain way, I do it and try to think about how to describe that in words. So there was a lot of that going on as well. And so it took me time to formulate in my descriptions and my writing as I was going through that this morning. It is now time for my afternoon writing sprint. We're gonna see how long I work and how much I write. I don't know what's gonna happen. It'll be interesting. Let's see, 2:30. So I have maybe about 3 hours at my disposal. I'm hoping to make a lot of progress in that time, so I better get to it. As usual, things did not go as planned. I expected to have 3 to 4 hours to write this afternoon, and in reality, I had 1. So about a half hour into my writing, I got a notification that someone wanted to come see my house, which is a wonderful thing because I'm trying to sell it, but that meant I had to stop and I had to clean up a little bit around the house and get everything ready. And then I had to leave the house. And I knew the showings, my house is small, so I know the showings are only gonna last 15 or 20 minutes. So I went for a walk. You saw the beautiful flowers. And then when I came back, I stopped and talked to a neighbor, and I came back at 5:30, and now it's 6. And I wrote for about the last half hour, so I only had I didn't even do word counts. So in an hour, I wrote 494 words. Pretty good. I'll take it. And I am at a total of 1,101 words. So that's really great. I am going to write a lot tonight. That's the only thing I've got planned. I don't have to worry about a showing popping up on my calendar after 7 p.m. And it's 6 now, so I think I'm set. So hopefully I'll get a lot more done tonight and things will progress. And I'm gonna go eat dinner and then I'll get back to writing, and I will check back in with you at the end of the day. Good evening. I have finished my evening writing sprint. It is about 10 p.m. Let me go over word counts really quick. I wrote tonight 629 words, and that gives me 1,730 words as the overall word count for today. And I'm pretty happy with that. I had a very busy day. I had the unexpected showing, which quite frankly resulted through a series of events, resulted in a few hours of lost time. And I was doing other things today as well, getting some house stuff done. And I didn't have as much time as I wanted today, especially because my goal was to write all day long. And let's be honest, 1,700 words in one day is not really the best result for trying to write all day long, but I did the best I could, and that's why I'm happy with it. One thing I did not talk about yet, which I just realized in this evening's writing session as I was tracking my word count, I finally officially reached 2/3 of the way done with my book. I passed 66,000 words, and I don't think I gave my final word count. It's 67,714. So I am officially 2/3 of the way done with my book. That is a very exciting milestone. I love celebrating the small wins and the large wins. I consider this a large win. I also had a lot of fun writing today. Things are starting to progress because this is a novel and it's the third act. Things are starting to happen, and it's making the writing a lot more fun and a lot more interesting. It's a little bit of a different experience. I think writing the first third of my book, the first third of the book is always getting to know the characters, introducing people, introducing places, introducing worlds and themes. And the second act of the book is kind of meshing it all together and creating that cohesiveness. And then I think the third act is really like, all right, let's get into this story and make things happen. And that's the stage I'm at. And it's kind of really fun to write because I feel like all the pieces I've laid out so far in this novel are starting to come together, and things are starting to kind of connect a little bit, and things are starting to happen. And it's just really fun to write. I ended up calling it a night because I am pretty tired. It is getting late. I need to go to bed and I have to wake up early tomorrow. This will be a wrap for my day-long writing vlog, and I'm looking forward to doing another one very soon.